Good evening and welcome to the West Ascension Consolidated Gravity Drainage District Board Meeting, February 4, 2021. Let's call to order. Present, Councilman Thomas, and present is Mr. Joe Robert.
I think we have some feedback coming from a TV, if anybody has a TV on in the background.
We have a prayer. We have the prayer by Mr. Robert.
Yes, sir. Does anybody have a TV on in the background? No? Okay. Everybody bow your heads, please. God, thank you for another day. Help us use our time to serve the community, to share experiences and time with others, build relationships. God, through 2021, we ask for you to continue to build our character and become better people. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to, for the public comment, call 225-621-8636 and enter the participant code at 939496. Code 939496. We have Cinnamon to read the agenda, please.
Acceptance of meeting minutes of December 3rd, 2020. Chairman's report and announcements. Louisiana Watershed Initiative, Bayou Verret Project 2021 update. Reports the path forward in 2021 and date and time of next West Ascension Drainage Board meeting.
We have a 15-minute time lapse, and we'll be back to you in 15 minutes. Okay, is there anyone with the phone calls?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. At this time, we have the roll call with myself present and Mr. Robert present. And number 3, number 4, we have the acceptance of meeting minutes of December 3rd, 2020. It's a second. Any discussion on the minutes? No discussion, no objection. Motion passed. Acceptance of the minutes, the meeting minutes of December 3rd, 2020. Number 5, Chairman report. I have a few announcements. I want to thank each and every one of us that's here. This is our first meeting of the new year. We had difficulties at our first 2 meetings, but again, I'm very excited about the new year going forward, and I think we are pretty much on the right track. We're doing some things, as you'll see in the report, as we move on. One thing I'd like to address is the moving forward with the watershed project with Mr. Clint Moore, President Clint Moore, and Mr. David Weil went to the city council meeting, and both of those, they did a super job in introducing and allowing the city to understand what was going on and what was being asked of them. Also, I want to thank the city of Donaldsonville for the support. The state representative, we met with Mr. Ed Price, Senator, and David met with Mr. Brass. And also we want to thank GSA and for the support with the watershed project. Again, I'd like to just point out a few things with that watershed project. I don't think David will be touching on some of that stuff. But as looking at the last flood that we had a few months ago, the watershed project, the application that we're applying for, we'll get this and some areas that we have marked off. And I'm sure David had looked at had pointed out some of these, it'd be pointed out in his report. Especially we had Market Street, we had St. Patrick, Evangeline, Railroad Avenue, which hadn't flooded in a long time. We had the underpass by Marchand Drive, Smoke Bin, Barcelona near Smoke Bin, that area. And those areas, I think, with moving forward with the application with the watershed project, I think some of those will be addressed. And again, I want to thank David, Mr. President, and Mr. Joel, my Vice Chairman, Mr. Joel Robert, for allowing us and being able to work together and being able to get this thing going and moving forward and getting us going in the right direction. So with that said, I'd like to move on to number 6. But before I move on to number 6, Mr. Weil, David and I would like to meet. Joe and I would like to meet with you on every Thursday at 3 o'clock, and we'll be discussing the work week and the previous work week that we heading forward, just to sort of stay on page and start to keep the camaraderie together and keep the communication flowing and moving forward. We'd like to meet with you every Thursday at the office, starting next week. Yes, Joe.
I want to, in a sense of echoing and reiterating what Coach is talking about, we talked earlier on the phone. I don't get to Donaldsonville as much as I would like to. I was there today. I need to spend more time there, but I feel like this is a way of David keeping all of us, abreast amongst everything that's going on. Especially somebody like me, it gives me a schedule to get back and forth. Like I was discussing with you, Coach, I was thinking even if I had to come back and forth every other meeting and I could meet with you, we could do that. But we'll figure out some type of schedule. I just think it would be a great way to move forward since we have such a small drainage board. We deal with so many things. We should be working hand in hand. So any projects y'all give us, such as this watershed initiative, the GSA, we were able to expedite that, get that through, get the application through, so we could get a project like that. With that said, I also wanted to reiterate what you said with our representatives, Representative Brass and Senator Lambert. I thank y'all for our help, and it's this type of transparency between all levels of the government that's going to keep the people trusting us, or should I say, help the people begin to trust us more. So thank you, Alvin, for bringing this up. I think it's something that's addressed, or that will start to address a problem of the distrust between or mistrust between some of the community and us. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Joe, Mr. Robert, and we would again want to really emphasize that we wanted to get everybody on the same page moving forward and allowing each of us to participate in what's going on and doing the best that we can in that process. So again, every Thursday, Mr. Wow will meet at 3 o'clock. And if not, if Joe can't make it, I'll be there. And if I won't be there, you will get a call. And we will be meeting from here on out.
And how are you with that particular time, David? Are you going to be able to work with that?
I'd like just to make one comment, and I'm good with meeting personally right here at the courthouse. But and I know we all are not tech savvy, but my daughters and all been working with me on in reference to doing FaceTime in reference to a 3-way call where we looking at each other and talking to each other right there over the phone. So we can have a meeting, our first meeting, and talk about that in relationship. If you can make it here, do that FaceTime. We can do a meeting that way. We can actually see each other and talk to each other.
I think
technology,
I think that's a good way to approach it. Anytime, and of course, some of the times if we can, let's get together, especially after this COVID. But how about yourself, Alvin? Are you good with doing it via teleconference if we can't do it in person, like Zoom or something, doing it in a meeting? And
yeah, we'll work through that.
no, I'm asking Coach if he's good with it.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with whatever it is. We need to meet on a Thursday going forward, allowing us to understand we just got finished with the week, what went on that week, and what David Purba have planned for the following week, and staying on course and staying on board. And again, moving forward, prioritizing the stuff and them doing what they're doing. And basically, that's all I'm asking.
And that works better anyways, because that way
make
I
sure
can
we all
attend
on the
every
same
week.
page.
That's right.
Make sure we all on the same page moving forward.
Good. I'm good.
Is you okay with that? Okay. All right. The number 6, Louisiana Watershed Initiative, David Wall, Executive Assistant.
Okay, Coach and Joe, where we're at right now, had a meeting last week with GSA and our grant department. Dean Thompson, which has been very instrumental in helping us with the Louisiana Watershed Initiative. At that meeting, I told him I was kind of stressing out to try to figure out where we were. After that meeting, I really felt good that everything is coming together. The grant department is getting all of their information together. GSA is getting all of their information together. I'm working on getting all of these support letters done. I'm going to be walking house to house on the areas that we're seeking the grant money for. I'm going to just hit the areas along the drainage canals and ditches and stuff, because it's a broad area to cover. I think they need to understand that we still are in COVID-19, and I won't be able to get everybody. And they don't want me really knocking on everybody's door, but we'll get the message out to them and to the public in each and every one of these areas that we're seeking the grant funds for.
David, not to cut you off, but in doing what you're doing, if I can be of any assistance, please do so. Okay? You don't have to do it by yourself.
Okay, we'll get together on that.
I think he's saying he'll knock on all the doors, right? You're saying you'll knock on all the doors, right, Kurt?
Yeah, I mean, whatever it takes, I'll be accessible to getting it done and getting this thing moving forward. You don't have to do it by yourself.
I need the help.
Team effort.
Okay.
Team effort.
I'll get you. But all in all, look, I want to thank you two guys for really having enough faith in me to grant me the opportunity to push this thing forward, and you have enough faith in me to recommend and trying to get GSA on board to do the H&H modeling for West Ascension with these projects. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate that. And I think if we get these grants, I think there's going to be a lot of people that you guys represent going to be really happy that we get these projects, and this will greatly help our area in reference to drainage, getting that water out of here in these significant storms and rain showers. So again, thank you. But everything is moving along good. I feel great about it, and I think we got maybe another 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks before we actually make the final application to push it up to the next level, and then it's a matter of waiting on them to issue the funds for the projects. So, but that's where we at with Louisiana Watershed projects and the full application. So, any questions?
David, just for the record, I know you didn't mention it, but approximately what type of funds are we talking about getting? Would you allow them? Would you be able to see?
We're seeking.
I mean, I know you really can't say, but approximately, you do have an idea. I do, but I mean, allow yourself to say it.
These projects, if we get the 3 projects that we're going after, is in between $10 and $12 million. Yeah. So
and I would think with that, we could take care of the West Ascension rather quickly and rather fast, and also rather well. We'll be able to address our drainage problem that we have at this point, and be able to move on and move forward. It's a great opportunity, and good job. Thank you.
Welcome.
Number 7, you have the Bayou Barrett Project 2021 update. Mr. David Wallace.
Okay. The project right now is 2.5 miles completed. This was pretty much an update that they gave us about a month ago. I was looking at January 7th that they sent this to me, and counted out just now. So they 16 days you know, they didn't give me that much of a look at it. So I'm thinking that they probably more or less at the 3.25 mile mark. Right? I said we are presently at the 3 mile. So maybe they're a little bit further than that. And I'm looking at trying to again set up where we can go out and look at that project to see how far along they really are. Dennis Email, that was the engineer that was involved in that project, told me, hey, just let him know we'll get some buggies to ride us out there and take a look at it. And Joe, you can bring your boots on that one, okay?
I prefer to use my jeans. I don't want to mess my boots up.
So they're a little ways away. They got about 3.5 more miles to go. And when they finish that project, along with these projects that we get with the Louisiana Watershed Initiative, I tell you, man, we're gonna get that water out there. And hopefully on the other end, the other parishes down the line are doing some things to where they can get that water down on the lower end to drain out also. So, yes, sir.
Between now and our next meeting, I'd like to be in a boat and check out this project with whomever y'all would like to do that, with somebody from DPW, if that's possible. I mean, I think we could see a lot from the last time, but actually driving through the waterway instead of just being stuck to the side. I mean, if it can't happen within the next couple months or so.
Yeah, I'm all about that, Joe. I'll talk to the levee board guys and Dennis Email and see if we can get something set up for us to go out there and look at that. Yeah.
Good. I think it helps us keep the relationships with the different components of this whole picture, because there's a lot of key moving elements to a project like this that's bigger than just Ascension Parish,
Yeah. And that's basically it on the Bayou Barrette Napoleon project. So again, we'll see about setting up so we can really get our eyes on it and look at this project and see exactly where they are. So now that's it on that.
All right, David. All right, thank you very much. We also somebody got the TV on or something. Please cut it off. I want to thank the Lafourche Basin Levee District with Mr. Donna Ray Henry, Executive Director, for sending this letter out to us. We want to thank them, and want to again continue, as Mr. Robert just said, continue the relationship and the communication and open the lines of communication as we go along better. So thank Lafourche Basin Levee District. They're moving forward, and we appreciate all the work that they're doing. Thank Mr. Henry. At this time, we have the report, the path forward in 2020, Mr. Wash.
Okay, to update you on exactly everything that we've been accomplishing in the last month or two. We're working on all of the work orders, okay? We started cleaning out the Irish Canal, which had a lot of big trees in it. I sent some pictures out to you guys, so if you get an opportunity to look at what we've done in the Irish Canal, we're gonna continue cleaning out that canal all the way back towards Donaldsonville. That canal drains the back of town area, hospital area, that kind of goes out through that big canal, and that thing hasn't been really cleaned out for quite some time. So we're really moving along with that, and that will end up sending some more water down towards Bayou Barrette and Napoleon. We're still doing the grass cutting on our rotations. On the Lemonville cutoff road, We got some information on us to go out and address. I think they're rerouting a road right up in the Lemon Cutoff area. I may have sent some pictures, I think, to all of y'all. And if I didn't, let me know. I'll send some to you exact. Those guys in the last couple of days that's working with the DPW, I'm gonna tell you, they are doing a fantastic job removing all of those trees that were in the way of where that road is going to be going. Update on Cotton Drive. We installed a 24-inch culvert in that area. I'm hoping that that'll help us out, but we still have some issues downstream that we got to address. We're working towards trying to get back in that area and address some of those things that goes through Bayou Napoleon. So we're working on getting that done. We've done the Crescent Ditch, which drains Evangeline Street, which goes to the hospital. We had some issues on the lower end where when we got significant rain, it caused a lot of flooding in that area. So we dug that ditch, and it's really, they really did a good job in cleaning that. And we got down to where the culverts that come from Evangeline going into the Crescent Ditch, we got those blown out. So we're looking good on that. We got one other culvert that one of the big culverts that we got to get in and clean that out because it's got about 2 foot of mud, so it's holding some water back. And I did send y'all some pictures on that. And once we get that clean, that water should go. Okay, so that was a good job done by our DPW guys. We also got on a 945 loop, clean all the ditches along that, so the water should be moving out of that in reference to all our storms and heavy rains. People Drive, so did some cleaning on that. When we did some cleaning on that, a significant amount of water drained out from houses that were upstream on that. We cleaned Bayou McCall out back at the old Walmart. We cleaned it out on, I guess, about 400 yards. We need to get downstream from that because I think we got a beaver dam that's holding some water down there, but it's kind of difficult to get through the wooded area down there. So we're going to be looking at that, trying to get down there and see if that's exactly what the problem is in reference to a beaver dam. And if it is, and we get that out of the way, that water is going to get out of there. Yes, sir.
If you have a problem with the beaver dam, I know there's a guy in the Santa Mart area that's been knocking them down the last few weekends. I've seen on Facebook people wondering what it was. He also did the one over my Walmart just using tannerite. But
You think he can help us out over here in trapping those?
well, I'm gonna say tannerite is not cheap. I mean, and it is cheap. I'm saying you just got to get tannerite and you hit it with like a little 22 and boom, there goes your beaver dam.
Okay. All right. We'll talk to you more about that. And most of this stuff that we've been addressing has been in your area, Alvin, but to update you, Joe, in the Abian area, was an area that you had called earlier in the year in reference to the people that were on the levee side, close to the levee. The state got up in there and cleaned some ditches, and that water drained out of there real good. We got one ditch that we need to go over there and clean. It's 4411 lateral that needs to be cleaned. And I think I sent y'all a picture of that also. So if you take a look at that and you want to call me later on that in discussion of exactly where that area is at, I'll be glad to, address that with you. And that goes to Bayou Barrett also. Once we clean that out, all of those people in that area won't have any real problem in reference to any drainage in that area. The other thing I just, and that covers most of the stuff that we've been doing, which was a lot of stuff that we had an opportunity in accomplishing on the west side. So I just wrote up this little deal that, you
You
know.
got 2 minutes, 3 minutes, David.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna get through this real quick. So I did a little saying for a path forward in 21. I said our path forward for 2021 is to capture projects that are unfinished and projects that we need to address. How we plan to do this is by better planning, taking better care of our equipment, and have better communication between our community, residents, and the farmers. We need everyone to understand that we have a work order system, the citizen service 450-1200. By calling and setting up work orders, we're better able to track the work that is requested. This past year, 2020, has been a year for the entire world to remember. It's been a learning experience for all leaders trying to do their best to move in the right direction for all concerned. In closing, I, along with the employees at the DPW West, are committed to doing our very best to address all work orders. And it is I and the administration to try and change the culture of our workforce in accomplishing the needs of the residents in Ascension Parish. Who likes change? Nobody, until they see the positive side of change. It has been a rough year with COVID, equipment breakdown, and storms, but somehow we made it all work. I look forward to 21 and all the challenges it brings. God bless America and God bless Ascension Parish. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wow. Again, moving forward, let us commend ourselves. And again, it has been a tough year going out 2020, going into 2021. And again, let's remember one thing. It's all teamwork. It's no our team. So let's remember that we're working together, trying to stay on one accord, moving forward 2021, doing it good for Ascension Parish. Thank you. To date, number nine, date and time of the next West Ascension Consolidated Drainage District Board meeting.
March 4th at 5:15 p.m.
We have a motion. Joe? Motion? Go ahead. Second, we have the next meeting at March 4th at 5:15 p.m. The next board meeting for the West Ascension Consolidated Gravity District Drainage District. Thank you. Number 10, adjournment.
Motion.
Second, this meeting is adjourned. The West Ascension Drainage District meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Please note the meeting is no longer being recorded.